Touted as the world's largest democracy, India is in its 75 years of celebrating independence. And aligning with this, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, has organized a mega event to showcase the exuberating face of the mother of democracy. Named as Next Generation Democracy, the event emphasized India's rich democratic tradition, and the inaugural batch included delegates from Bhutan, Sweden, Jamaica, Tanzania, Sri Lanka, Poland, Uzbekistan, and Malaysia. These delegates explored various places to understand how one of the largest democracies in the world has been successfully functioning for the past 75 years. Here's the views of the young leaders on Indian democracy. ICCR's Knowledge Exchange event about India's democracy and culture will constitute to be an important investment in the emerging leaderships in other nations and showcasing Indian democracy globally.
This has given us an opportunity not only to understand the democratic process of India, but also to understand the culture of India, also understand the rich heritage that we share with India. And lastly, it gives us a platform where we can build our relationship with future leaders and expand our horizons. India is right now a superpower that is slowly creeping out. It's awakening, and we are looking forward to that because we are only as strong as India is because she's our closest neighbor. And India's democratic process, it's done on such a large scale. It's honestly a great achievement that democracy is being achieved over here in such manner.
First thing when I'm thinking about India is hospitality and kindness. Thank you very much for that. Of course, in Europe we are also open, but you are like 100% open. I love your food, so thank you for your food. And of course, we had a really lot of experience, 3 days. We have been on the parliament. It was amazing. And the most strangest thing that I recognized there, that you have 553 members of the lower chamber, and there are a lot of women, a lot, but it's 83. But one member represents about 500,000 people. So it's a huge mandate.
The experience of visiting all these key sites in India, I think gives me and many of the delegates a more complete picture about the culture, about the history, about the uniqueness, and I think most importantly about the story of India, the story of democracy, the story of your culture. I think these are things that are so beautiful. Part of the narrative or the story of India must be told to the rest of the world, right? Because there is such a compelling narrative, such a compelling story of India itself. Yeah, but I think not many people know these stories, and it's so unfortunate. Or these stories are told in a way that is not fully representative of the realities in India. So I think these sort of programs and initiatives are so good, including, of course, the lessons that we learn, but more importantly, the visits that we have, right? Because we're able to witness it ourselves.
India is a mother of democracy in the world. And we've also been asking, is it true? So coming yesterday at the parliament, and those speeches, those great speeches from the leaders, I got something like, really, you guys, I don't know if it's a negative or positive thing, but you are a sleeping superpower. You have everything, guys. The democracy is for real, okay? Let's talk about the population in Tanzania. When we compare, I would say, there are people who can't vote. Okay, maybe they're underage, 18 years of age, and all that. Here, everyone can vote. I know you have your age also, but everyone can vote. There are countries also that maybe monks can vote. That's not democracy. But here, you're a monk, you're not a monk. As long as you have reached that voting age, that's pure.
So the Indian constitution certainly represents the minority. But democracy is undergoing a difficult time all over the world. So it's important that democracy is cooperate.
India is, the largest democracy, and as Narendra Modi ji has pointed out, the mother of democracy. I think there is a lot of truth in that. Indian democracy, since the day one, we have been experiencing it. For example, in the vibrant culture. The moment the Bhutanese delegation arrived, we actually went to, thanks to ICCR, we went to Benares, we went to Varanasi and experienced the culture there, the rich Buddhist culture. Then we came to Delhi, and then we got to experience, the multitude of culture here. We just visited Red Fort, So India, as you know already, is such a beautiful country with such diverse culture and traditions, and the fact that it all coexists so beautifully. I think, for a lack of better words, if I may be so candid, India is a democracy that you cannot describe with words. You have to come to India to see it for yourself.
Maybe I should thank India for giving birth to democracy, and that's exactly why it's known as the mother of democracy. So I would like to thank India for giving democracy to the world. And it's on contrary, in my country, democracy is a gift from His Majesty the throne. So it's very different, and I feel democracy in India is a success one, and that's exactly why now so many countries are becoming a democratic country. We're very grateful. India has always been so nice to Bhutan and Bhutanese people. In fact, during the COVID time, it was India who first donated massive vaccine to India, despite India having massive population. So we are very grateful, and it's not just politics. It's about a cultural bond. It's about economy. There's so many connections between India and Bhutan. So we definitely look up to India.
In incredible country, I met incredible people. Really, this is whenever we talk about India, we always say this is the mother country of democracy. That people can learn a lot from you, from the people just who live here. When we had a visit, around this was a cultural event, this was a political event, but anyway, we had something to learn more about India. That was the business, how it's developing so fast that this is also incredible. That the world can learn a lot. And the second one, we had we were witnessed with the science and education system. We went to Space Exploration Center, where so many great and grand and huge things are done, are being done. So we were satisfied enough with the science development and the education system. And I think the people whom I met here just in a delegation will present India's culture, India's politics, and India's everything to their countries too. We will do the same.